back in August of 2015. I did it just to see if anybody would even pay attention to like an issue that I had deemed really important. Back when I was 18, I've always wanted to do like a project like this, but never had the self-confidence to actually like execute it. So I organized something with the promoters and wanted to do a drive. And so I just told everybody to bring in toiletries, like whatever you think, whatever full-size products that are new and unused, and or cash. After the 3 days gone by, like, sorry.
It's all good.
The first day.
If you want to, if you don't
sorry.
like feel comfortable looking at the camera, you can look at in my direction. Or like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just like dry from like yesterday. But like when, with like after the first day, the first day was a lot of like campaigning, telling the crowd like what I was doing as a project, and then day 2 and day 3, all the donations started pouring in. When after receiving all the donations, it was a trunk full of donations and like $850 like in cash, and that fully exceeded my expectations, and I wanted to donate half of that to La Casa in San Francisco and Asian Women's Shelter based in San Francisco and Oakland. So I chose Asian Women's Shelter first. I gave them the trunk full of toiletries, and then I had already spent the $850 and then just divided everything like evenly. So when it came time to meet up with a representative and give her all the donations, she was just like floored at like how much like we were giving her for the organization, because they've just been like so like underfunded. Like the state of California only gives like each shelter like a certain amount, and it's up to them like it's up to whether or not like what kind of services they offer. Like the shelters that offer mental health services, they get more funding. And with California being so expensive, like they always have to focus on meeting rent. And there's not a lot left over to buy like necessities like food, like new underwear, toilet paper, pads, tampons, diapers for the kids that happen to be there. They don't know how many people are going to come through the doors every day. So for me to be able to provide that, and seeing like how grateful and how tear-filled like her eyes were, like it really hit me hard. Like it felt like it was humbling, and I felt like this was my duty to keep this as a project and not a one-time thing. And I didn't have a name for it for a long time, but after a while it became ReplenishSf. But it turned into a project like the second like I felt that. Yeah.
And you do this all by yourself. So how do you get these donations from people? How do you reach out to the community?
So how I get donations and reach out to the community, doing it by myself is kind of wild. But I utilize social media. I use Instagram, I use Facebook, I utilize hashtags, like relevant hashtags, to get people to like whatever, if people happen to search up domestic violence, like my post will be there. I always have people like repost, especially like I used to always hop on like sold out like punk shows. So I would ask the promoter like 1 or 2 months in advance, make an announcement, always do an announcement video, have people repost it, and that's how everything gets promoted, and that's how the word gets spread.
And can you give us a list of some of the things besides pads and tampons and diapers that you donate?
Well, people have donated a plethora of items aside from pads and tampons. There's always a need for shampoo and conditioner, and toothpaste and toothbrushes, like bar soap, body wash, like lotion, combs, like hair ties. Like people have even donated like hair appliances that have been used but are definitely still working. That's totally fine. Like blow dryers, like hair straighteners, curlers, and there's been like women that have worked for like big hotshot like cosmetic companies who happen to have a bunch of unused cosmetics that they don't even they don't have a use for, and they decide to just donate it because they'd rather have someone else have it, and that's totally fine. Like I've definitely gotten like a multitude of like makeup. I let people use their imagination, like whatever they deem would be like a necessity in their everyday life. Like I think that's what people need, especially when you're like running out of a home that you don't feel safe in anymore, and you don't have the time to even grab anything important, like aside from maybe like your wallet and like a couple bucks or like a passport or something like that. It's really hard to like take the time to like grab the necessities that you need. So yeah.
Is there anything that you think, or any changes that you think California should make in in donating to these homeless shelters in order to have these necessities on hand, so people like you don't have to single-handedly be doing this, that the California government naturally thinks that it's important to donate
True.
these items?
That's a really good question. I'm not entirely sure like how like the algorithm for like how they donate to shelters. Is it still recording?
I just put in new batteries.
It's okay. I have mine.
Yeah, we can still just finish
Yeah.
on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
Does this one record too?
Yeah. It
Okay,
does.
perfect. Do you want me to face you?
No, the same direction.
It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this
All
is
right, that's
fine.
fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just, I guess, kind of explain if you think there are any changes that California can make on like a statewide level in order to kind of solve these issues of homelessness, domestic violence.
I think there should definitely be more funding towards like domestic violence shelters, homeless shelters in general, and it should. I think the funding should be equal, and definitely like whatever amount they're giving these shelters, they should definitely raise the bar and give more. And it shouldn't be based on like what kind of mental health services are offered. Some of these shelters are so much smaller, and they don't have the capacity or the means to like find someone who can give their mental health services for like such a small price. I'm not entirely sure how like the government funding works. I was only briefly told about that, and even then, hearing that was already angering enough. But there definitely should be like more of a focus on that. Like I know like the government likes to cut funding on like public services in general, which is not cool. But yeah, there definitely. No, you're right. There definitely should be more government focus on that than just, someone like me doing all that. It is a lot of work. Yeah.
So what was like your Rosa Parks moment? Like you puts down like I gotta make a difference. I gotta do something about this.
I think just being in the punk scene for over a decade. I think seeing people being in the punk scene is just like being angry for a reason. Like talking about issues that plague the world, whether from veganism to just violence in the community, police brutality, you know the drill. I think it was time for me. I think I just over the years I started to see like a lack of focus on actual issues, so I decided to just bring it up. And I think after just seeing that reaction with the one from Asian Women's Shelter, I think that was it. I mean, I had many moments like that, like being on stage, like addressing a crowd full of like 500 people, like that's already like scary enough. Like even taking so many public speaking classes, that does not, none of that prepares me for something like that. But I think seeing that and just seeing like such a positive reaction from the crowd, like it's just like, oh, people can listen to me. Like I think it's my duty to like show other people that you can make a movement. You don't have to be like an icon to do something like that. Like anybody can. So I mean, ever since then, like within the past like 2.5 years, like I've seen like little like movements within like the LGBTQ community, like the trans community. Like they wanted to like do their own they want to do their own shows to raise funds for like certain nonprofits for like trans youth or like trans adults, and I think that's important. But like what I'm doing right now doesn't diminish like the importance of any other cause. Like it's just like I think this is important, and this is what I'm speaking out on. But yeah, it's just to show people that you can do it too. It's just, I think people just don't want to do the work sometimes. Yeah, so, yeah.
And for you, what does the future look like for ReplenishSf? Like, what do you, things in store, or things that you're planning, collaborating with anyone?
With ReplenishSf, it's been a little slow right now. But I think like what I hope for in the future is to become like an actual 501c3. I had already spoke to a lawyer with like the steps of that. It's a long process. It's tedious, so that'll definitely be in the next couple years, but not now. I'd like to hop on like bigger venues like the Warfield or like the Oracle or something like that. It's just a matter of actually planning correctly and knowing who to talk to. I'd like to reach out to like other groups, like maybe like hop on like a basketball game or something like that. I'd like more exposure. I just don't put too much pressure into like what to expect in the future, because honestly, it's been better letting it surprise me. So, I mean, all I care about is just like keeping the project going and not getting like too like burnt out. Yeah, but yeah.
Is there anything else that we didn't ask about that you wanted to like add or talk about, or do you think we hit kind of all the main points there?
I don't know. Like, I mean, I think I would have to have like an actual prompt to like answer something like that. Like, I don't know. You guys have any more questions or whatever?
I think I'm good. I think you told me everything that you do, and I love it.
Yeah, you gave us a lot of helpful information. Thank you so much.
I just can't believe you do it on your own.
It's fun. It gives me like a sense of purpose, but it's like I think some people have like said it's self-serving, and it's just like it's not. Like at the end of the day, that shit does not go to me. I think it's necessary, especially like in a city that's like so based on like greed now. Like I'm from here. Like I've seen it change rapidly. I don't know about you guys. Are you guys from here? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, this was not San Francisco 10 years ago. I'll tell you that. There's no sense of community here. I'd rather put a little bit of community in like San Francisco to make it what it used to be. But I mean, it's just a matter of getting people to pay attention and like inspire them to do their own thing. Like it does get tiring, like I'll be honest, but at the end of the day, like I think it's that intrinsic reward. Like I don't care about no award, I don't care about no NBC feature, whatever. Like that was just like a huge plus and a huge surprise that I didn't expect. But like I mean, ever since I was little, I've always wanted to like do something for the world, but I just didn't have confidence to do it. So I guess it's better that I do it now in my adult years. Yeah. So
like over the past 10 years, what do you think happened?
Tech boom.
Tech boom?
Yeah. People come here. I think I would respect it more if they wanted to do something for the communities, for the people who were here first, the people that don't make a lot. And not see them in the lower light because they don't make a lot, because they do service jobs. I know I do. So it's just like, it's the attitudes change. I don't know where the locals went. I got priced out. I went to Oakland. I love Oakland though. But yeah, it's been like newcomers are always welcome. Just don't fuck up the city. I mean, like, don't, like, especially seeing, like, this, like, reading about these 3 nuns who, like, rented a building just so they could, it was, like, it became their soup kitchen. They fed lunch to, like, homeless people, like, every day. For them to get priced out and get shut down, that's not okay. Like, they're doing something good. Like, you know, I would assume, like, you know, I'd hope a tech company would jump in and be like, hey, we have this amount of money that we're spending it on stupid shit on. Let's help the nuns, you know, like, but, you know, it doesn't work like that, but yeah, but.
Since you started it, do you see any noticeable progress that you yourself are satisfied with?
Yes. It's easier to talk to people. Like maybe 3 years ago, this would not be possible. Would not be possible. Like talking to people, I think like addressing a crowd. Like I think my last big show was like last September, and it was just like I hella called out the crowd because I felt like I was just like, I can't be the only one doing this, you know? Like, can't be just me. Like, I think over the years, I got really frustrated with people telling me like, oh, you should address this, and you should address this, and I'll get really mad and be like, no, you do it, because I can't handle it. If you think it's a problem, why don't you take it in your hands, just like I've been doing? So it's just been like a lot of like being like assertive / aggressive, telling people like just, yeah, but trying to push things into a different direction. Yeah. So.
Are you doing any one of those soon? Because like that'd be cool if we could.
You know what? There's actually a bunch of shows coming up that I still have to email like the promoters for. And when I do, I will definitely be in contact with you guys. That would be lit.
Yeah, awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
That'd
So
be so cool.
yeah.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely. It's just a matter of whether or not they say yes or no. But yeah, like I'll definitely be in contact with you guys. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
No
cool.
problem.
Cool.
That was amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No, thank you guys.
Yeah, I know when you sent me the email, like, no, thank you.